Hello there, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Bluey, so let's get started. Hello cartooners, welcome back. This video is a special one that goes out to William, who really likes Bluey. So William, buddy, dude, let's get right on into this. Okay, now normally when we draw a cartoon character, we want them to be rounded, but Bluey is different. Instead of starting with a circle, we're going to start with a rectangle. So the rectangle is going to be standing up, right? It's going to be tall-wise. But from there, everything's going to be the same. So Bluey is going to be looking this way. So that line that would be straight down the middle, we're going to bring it down to the side a little bit. Okay? Now, normally, the line that goes across, that horizontal line, is going to be Bluey's eye line. But with this design, we're going to bring it down here to the middle. So it's going to be exactly down the middle of the height. And that's going to be for Bluey's snout line. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go halfway up from the middle here, halfway up, right here. Now this is going to help me figure out Bluey's snout. We're going to come out a little bit, and we're going to make this rectangle right in here. Here we go. This is Bluey's snout. So that this is going to become Bluey's smile. Actually, Bluey's smile comes right out here. So let's just bring it up a little bit on a curve. And now, let's just draw in this line. But, now you see this rectangle, right? We're going to come up on a diagonal line. So we're just going to round out the snout. That's why we draw light and loose at the beginning. But now let's draw in the nose. The nose is going to be a triangle shape, like this, but you want to make sure that it's rounded. So we're going to round off all of the corners. Just like this. It's looking pretty good so far, I think. So let's go back to the smile. Let's give Bluey a smile line. I call it a laugh line. Industry calls it a smile line. So we'll call it a smile line. So now let's just draw the top of the snout right into that line right between the eyes. So now I said eyes, right? Let's draw in some big rounded eyes. So don't worry about the shape. They're not circles. They're not really ovals either. They're kind of like oval or egg shapes, but they're not perfect shapes. So don't worry about it. Okay? We're just going to draw in kind of like almost an oval or egg shape in like this. Now on the other side of the snout, we're only going to draw the top part of this eye because the snout is covering that up. So we're going to kind of copy this. So we're just going to copy that shape in there like that. Now before I darken in any more lines, we got to give Bluey, first of all, let's give the pupils of the eyes. And just like this eye over here, we're only going to draw in what we can see from the top of that snout. And then we'll just color those in. Make sure it's nice and dark in the pupil. So now above that, we got to give Bluey her eyebrows. And they're really just like jelly bean shapes. Right on the top of the eyes. If Bluey is sad, we can really push those eyebrows up. If Bluey is mad, we can pull them down. But Bluey's just kind of chilling out in this drawing. So now let's just darken in this part of the line. We can darken in between the eyebrows. And now we can follow this line down here and kind of darken in this line here like this. Now I drew this line down a little long, so I'm just going to come down in here and shorten that shape a little bit. But now we've got to give Bluey her arms and legs, okay? So her arms come from right down just below her mouth, and they're just these thin arms that come down here, and right here at the bottom of her body, that's where the arm stops. The fingers will come out a little lower than the bottom of her body. Just like that. And now that I've got that in, let's darken this in. And we can continue to shorten that body a little bit. Now there are no details that stick out behind her body, so we can start to darken that in. And now that I've got it up here, I can round off the back of her head, and I can meet that line that lines up at the top of her head. And now, this is kind of cool. So, she has these triangular ears that come right up from the back of her head, and they come forward, and then at the front of the ear it comes almost straight down. And now we'll come right to the front of her head, and we'll come up so that this line and this line are in the same direction. And then this line coming down here will copy this one. Just like that. And then we'll come in here and we'll draw the inside of Bluey's ears, and we're just copying the shape of the ear. We're just making it smaller on the inside. Alright, so now we've got some detail in this character, and she's looking pretty good so far. But we need to add in some details to her face. So she has these spots around her eye. I'm just going to lightly shadow that in. I'm going to shade it in like that. I'm also going to shade in her ear the same color, because it's the same color as the shape around the eye. Some dogs have spots. Some have spots that go around the eye. And this one is just like that. So let's darken that in. Now don't be afraid if your drawing doesn't look like mine. We're drawing this for the very first time, so everything comes with practice. So if your drawing doesn't look as good as this, don't worry. You just need to practice. You need to redraw it. Here we'll color in the nose, and I left an oval here for light reflection because Bluey is a dog and dogs have wet noses. So some light reflection. So now Bluey has a whole bunch of different colors on her body. The parts that I shaded in are like a navy blue. Then we have almost like a sky blue for most of Bluey's body, but the snout is kind of like a skin tone. So we're going to give a little bit of a shape like this over the snout, around the mouth, just like this. So this would be like a light tan color. And now this line I drew, we're going to draw in another line that copies it exactly. And it's going to go around just like this. So remember I said that the spots are and the ears are navy blue, and the body is mostly sky blue, well, this shape right here, this stripe, is going to be even lighter blue. So we really have 3 different blues and a skin tone. So this stripe here around the mouth is going to be the same color as Bluey's belly, just like that, as well as Bluey's paws. Bluey has 2 stripes across her back, and these are going to be the same color as the navy. Now, Bluey has 2 legs that come straight down. They're not like normal dogs. Bluey walks up on her legs like we do. And they're as long as the bottom part of her body. So I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to bring it down, and that's where her paws are, her feet. So we're going to come right down. But at the bottom, we're going to give her some bottoms there. About halfway up, we've got a stripe. And yeah, okay. So Bluey has 3 toes, just like that. So the coloring is, these feet are the same as her hands and her belly. They're the light blue of that stripe around the mouth. Now, the last thing we have to do is give Bluey the tail. And the tail just kind of curls out this way. And then we've got 3 bumps. Got a bump and a bump. Oh, it's actually 4. Ooh, Bluey is fancy. Just like you, this is the first time I'm drawing Bluey. So now the end of her tail is going to be the same navy as her spots and her stripes. And then this blue will be the same as her body. Now, the last thing we have to do with our drawing is we've got to sign our name to it, and we'll throw in our date so that we always remember when we drew Bluey. Guys, thank you so much. William, I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much. Say hi to Dad for me. And guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and share this video with your friends. Guys, thank you so much. Until next time, we'll see you later. And that is going to be for his snout. He is... Wait. I'm just told Bluey's a girl. Bluey's a girl?